Well, it's starting to happen. We are looking at the Feds pushing for a digitized dollar. This is something that is now officially moving forward. We have this article here from Watcher Guru. I will have a link down in the description titled Global Banks Partner with New York Fed for 12-Week Digital Dollar Pilot. Some people are looking at this as a great thing. A lot of people are looking at this as a negative thing. Let's go ahead and go through the article. I'll share my thoughts, and I would love to get your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research. Highly encourage you to go do your own research. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into the news. Some of the world's banking giants are participating in a brand new endeavor alongside the New York Federal Reserve. Global banks are partnering with the New York Fed for a 12-week digital dollar pilot. The program, spearheaded by the New York Fed's Innovation Center, will test how banks use digital dollar tokens. Additionally, some of the largest banks in the world are taking part in this experiment. At a time when consumer confidence for blockchain transactions is at a low, this news highlights the fact that there are still real-world use cases for this technology. This just in, with Watcher Guru, MasterCard, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and others launch a 12-week experimental digital dollar pilot with the New York Fed. World Bank's testing digital dollar. Sorry about that. It was announced today that a pilot program to test various banks' utilization of digital dollar tokens is proceeding. The banks involved in the program include Citigroup, MasterCard, Wells Fargo, and others. A statement first reported by Reuters noted the banks involved and what the project will entail. The New York Fed noted the project, which is called the Regulated Liability Network, will be conducted in a test environment and use simulated data. Specifically, the endeavor these banks and the New York Fed will attempt to quantify the impact of digital dollar tokens, specifically how their presence, quote, in a common database can help speed up payments. Moreover, the program will see both the Fed and some of the world's premier financial institutions come to this conclusion in conjunction. This development comes after the head of the New York Federal Reserve, Michelle Neal, spoke on the promise of a digital dollar. Subsequently, Reuters noted Neal saw an opportunity in using a central bank digital dollar to speed up settlement time in currency markets. Finally, the announcement arrived today with no timeline for the experiment's operation. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my thoughts on this. First off, as it is right now, when you use the traditional banking system, you're going to be looking at, here in the United States at least, they say, oh, it takes 3 to 5 business days. Why does it take 3 to 5 business days? They're still using technology that dates back from the 1970s. So the whole transition process of money itself, it's out of date. And when you look at cryptocurrency, especially like, for example, Bitcoin, the transactional time is dramatically different, especially if you look at something like the Lightning Network. And then you look at all these other altcoins, right? Working on different blockchains, different transactional speeds, different formats of protocols. There's lots of different elements that come into play. But the key thing here is that when you have centralized players like banks, kind of takes away from one of the big core ideas of cryptocurrency. And this is where a lot of people can look at this from a negative standpoint, saying, hey, if the bank has control because it's centralized with this stuff, all it takes is for them to say, we disagree with you on X, Y, or Z, and now guess what? Your funds are all frozen or ripped away from you. And it's gone. And this is stuff that we see, for example, over in China. And a lot of people are looking at that and they say, look, I don't want to put myself in a potential position like that. I want to be able to make sure that I have full control over my own currency. I want it to be decentralized. Now, the thing is that we have the US dollar. It's the very commonly used form of currency, right? It's like the mainstream currency of the world. So to think that these big players would not want to toss their hat into the ring and have a digitized version of that, it's not surprising, right? We're in a growing industry space and you're seeing that there's a lot of demand for it. If you go into a place and you want to buy something, what happened with the pandemic? There was fears of transmission of COVID or of diseases in general. So as we move away from the necessity of having to hand over something physical, right? You exchange this, I touch it. Well, now maybe I'm going to get sick. What if you had a cold? What if you had a flu, or whatever, right? There's some sort of a infectious transmission that could take place through the exchange of that actual physical currency. I hope you guys are getting my example here. I can't remember if the flu is transmitted through physical touch or if it's only airborne. I apologize about that. Anyways, you guys hopefully get my point. So when you're looking at the digitized dollar here, that would mean, guess what? You don't have to physically touch this stuff. The closest thing might be like taking out your phone, taking the QR code, looking over at their device. It scans that. There you go. As it is right now, a lot of people are using cards, right? You just tap to pay or whatever, but then you still have to put in your PIN. You still have to touch the machine. So there's some degree of physical interaction taking place that stuff of, or the idea of the transmission of a disease, a virus, etc., that's still prevalent. But with crypto, again, using a QR type of system, a QR code scanner, that definitely helps pull away from that even more. The other key thing here that's a positive is the fact that this said that it looks like it will make things faster, which if we're looking at a 3 to 5 day system currently of traditional banking transmitting money, but we go to a digital dollar, and that's nearly instantaneous. Sorry, I'm really fumbling over my words right now. In fact, honestly, I need to get something to drink because I've been working on several different videos, and I apologize about that, guys. But don't worry, we're going to get through this video. So using that digital dollar, the transition of money from one person to another could be much faster. And that could help for a lot of different business instances. But one could make the very same argument of saying, why do we have to do that with a digital dollar that is centralized, that they have the ability to freely mint infinitely, right? The Federal Reserve can just keep printing more. Does that really resolve the issue? And this is where a lot of people look at decentralization and in favor of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies similar to Bitcoin because they have a fixed limited supply, right? So in that sense, there's less control, there's less likelihood of mass inflation, and potentially we could see a little bit more of security going forward. There's less likelihood of hyperinflation, of financial collapse. So guys, be sure to tell us down in the comments below what you guys think of all this. Would love to get your guys' thoughts. And I will have a link in the description also for Webull. Again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just sharing the link there if you guys want to participate with it. But with Webull, you could get up to 12 free stocks if you open up an account using my referral link. You could get up to 2 free fractional shares, each valued up to $300. If you deposit any amount, you could receive 4 to 10 free fractional shares, each valued up to $3,000. You're more than likely going to get a stock that's like around $3 or $4, but you never know. You might end up getting something large like this, and you could trade both stocks and crypto on their platform. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. A double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeman.com, Victor Vegas, Safeman Oz for being higher level patrons. Also, thank you to my YouTube members for your guys' support. I need to go get some water. If you're new, don't forget to hit subscribe. God bless, and we'll see you in the next episode.